Hello and welcome to All Wednesdays We Wear Black with me, Sophie K, Yasmin Suman, and a very special guest. We have Edgy in the house.
Hi, Edgy.
Hello.
We're gonna refer to you as Edgy, like that edgy kid from TikTok, Mr.
Edgy.
Mr.
Just edgy works, yeah. Edgy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that one edgy kid would be a bit annoying to say over and over again. So
Mr. E. I like E. Mr. E. Has anyone called you
Mr.
that yet?
E. No,
Mr. E?
they haven't.
Mr. E.
I feel like that brings me back to like my drug problem days. So that's not
real.
That's maybe what they would have called me about 3 years ago. But
This is getting a bit too real, a bit too quick.
sorry.
No, it always gets real on this podcast. We are massive oversharers, as you are about to discover. So if you do not follow that one edgy kid on TikTok, you are missing out the entire purpose of TikTok, and you're missing out.
What your music taste says about you. How metal is your country? I shoved 100 children back inside their mothers to get them to shove. These are more laws I'm putting in place when I'm finally in charge. I'm not whipping my cock out for anyone other than this man.
But I think everybody in the scene probably follows you at this point, right?
Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't know if. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of followers in the scene, but I don't know if I'm that well known in the grand scheme of things.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm like, I think I followed you quite early on. I don't know if I did. I did. Before...
Boo!
Yeah.
I'm booing Sophie. Boo.
Yeah.
I actually probably followed you before Sophie did, but whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you followed me. I know, Yaz, you followed me for a while. I think it was through I remember what it was now. It was a video I'd made. There was this American alternative influencer, and he was talking about like lace code or something, and he mentioned Hindus reclaiming like the swastika.
Yeah.
And I made a video on that, and I think that's where you followed me from.
Two brown people just connecting over that. I love that. It was us just going, that's really stupid.
Yeah.
So let's just go back. When did you first start making TikToks?
TikTok specifically, it was about 2020, I think, just before everything locked down. I was in drama college, and I was like, I joined drama college at 18, and everyone else was like 16. So by the end of that, I was a couple years older than them, and they were all on TikTok. And I didn't know what TikTok was. I thought it was just Musically, again, just lip syncs and everything. And they all kept telling me to get on TikTok. And I thought, do you know what? Sod it. I'm going to do it. I posted one video and it got like 2,000 views, which at the time blew my mind, and thought this could be something. And yeah, since then I've been posting on TikTok.
And you've just gone, I mean, how many, let's just say, how many followers do you have now at this point?
Just a little over 300,000, I think. Yeah.
3,006k.
306,000.
I'm bad at math.
Yeah, something like that.
One of those.
I mean,
you could feel like a big. Do you know what? I love freaking people out. Whenever I go to venues, I'm like, you have more followers than people in this room.
The amount of times I've like Googled, what does this number crowd like look like, just to try and visualize the number. And you know it's like a bit mental when you get to the end of the lists and you've still got like a higher number, and you're a bit like, yo, this is mad.
Crazy, I know, crazy.
It's such an interesting thing as well, like being an influencer, or like, would you call yourself an influencer? It's such a weird word, isn't it? It's a weird term.
Yeah, I've used it to describe myself before, when just to make explaining what I do for a job easy to people. Just like, I'm an influencer, and they kind of get what I do. But I don't like the term just because it's got so many bad connotations
Such
to it.
Such a dirty word.
Yeah.
People hate alternative influencers, and I support the hate for alternative influencers. Just give them a fucking whack, right? Yeah. But every time people call it me, I'm like, don't say that. That's worse than a slur. Don't say it. Shut up.
Yeah, I prefer the term content creator. Usually, I go with that.
Yeah,
it seems a bit more sophisticated.
Yeah,
and I think what you are doing with your account, I would class more as a kind of journalism.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would class it as more of a journalism. I mean,
welcome to the big rigs, buddy.
Because I don't think I've ever seen you do more. You don't do as much meme content and dancers. Looking at you, Yasmin.
Fuck off, man. What the hell?
Well, I definitely don't do the dances.
What the fuck, man? What the hell? What did I do wrong?
Sorry. No, it's because a lot of the things I've seen you do, like things like lists, for example, something that we would see on pages like BuzzFeed, and It must have been such an interesting journey for you. When do you feel like, was there a specific moment where you felt it really started to take off?
Yeah, so I've had little moments. So first, I think when COVID really hit in 2020, I first started doing the "What Your Favorite Blank Says About You" series. That's been going on a while,
Yeah.
and that I got up to like 30K followers then, and that felt a bit like blowing up. I was getting really good views, and then it sort of stopped for a while, and then I think it was really the start of last year. I want to say when I started like the How Metal series when it started picking up again, and then yeah, so probably properly picking up, I'd say beginning of last year was when it all kind of changed. And then September last year when we started getting paid properly for it.
Yeah.
That was a bit like that really leveled things up because I was able to
Yeah.
support myself doing it. And I was like, oh, I've got so much time to make videos now. You know
So
what I mean?
you do it like full time as a job now.
Yeah.
Wow! Congratulations! Congratulations!
you.
Genuinely, congratulations! That's insane!
you.
Congrats!
I know, thanks.
That's huge. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, Yaz. I have so much respect for you guys because I started making videos for a hot minute and started getting followers, but the more followers I got, the more bullshit takes I saw, and it pissed me off so much that I was just like, I can't be fucking arsed with you guys.
I'm a half-timer as well. I don't even do it as a full-time thing. I'm not really bothered about like growing my audience. I just post, and then if it works, it works. But you to do that full-time it must be so exhausting, chronically living online as a job.
Because as humans, we're not supposed
to
to see people's opinions, are we? Every day, we're not like in the world without social media. You don't hear what people think of you, what you're wearing, how your left eyelash is longer than your right eyelash. Like, you don't hear that.
Yeah. I think I've gotten very used to it. Growing up, I was always very chronically online. I went to like an all-boys school in North London, which being a non-binary queer emo kid wasn't necessarily the vibe. So I found very much my community from a young age online on social media. So I've had it all thrown at my face. I've had all sorts of horrible stuff thrown my way, and I've gotten used to it at this point. And yeah, I mean, I've been getting very good now at trying to keep my life separate to being online, spending less time on social media, really treating it like a job rather than just having a laugh on social media. And it's helped kind of keep my brain and my private life away from that online space, if that makes sense.
We're going to do some hot takes with you now because your brain, I love the way you explain things. I love the fact that you're not afraid to say what you think. Okay, yeah. I will go and I will say Machine Gun Kelly coming into rock seems like what people call industry plant stuff to me, because the fact he started a fight with Corey Taylor, it's like you're just going to take the playbook, because we listen to rock, we've also seen what you've done with Eminem. We know how your PR works. But I would put him in the bin personally.
Fair. So from the poser perspective, I don't think he's come in as like an industry plant. I think there is like history of him being into this kind of music. With that being said, I think the guy's an absolute arsehole. I think a lot of internet drama aside and all that, some of the stuff he said in the past has been very, very dodgy. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't really looked into MGK in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't know what he's up to now. I don't even know if he's still making music and like pop punk stuff. I don't like the bloke. But I don't think he's like a poser or anything. I do believe he likes the music he's putting out there.
I guess when I say
that doesn't like. There's plenty of arseholes in the scene.
When I say plant, I don't think industry plants are fake. I just think they're people who got a massive PR budget from the labels. Yasmin, is your camera out of focus?
No.
Is it not? Oh, it jumped back in again. Okay, I'm just double checking. Sorry, just double checking
It's because I just sat there like this, listening to you. God forbid I listen to you.
No, I'm just double checking. I'm just double checking your camera's
God forbid I sit there and go, yeah.
Just for the edit, Yasmin. For the edit, to make sure. Because you'll be sad.
You'll be sad if you're
out of. I'm just checking. Next thing, what is your hot take on using mobile phones at gigs?
Oh, I think it's fine.
God.
I've made a video on this. As long as you're not disrupting anyone around you, I think you're completely fine. Like, if I've had it where people have hold their phones up high a whole gig and I can't see shit. If you're doing that, I think you're a bit of a knobhead. But if you're, holding your phone down so you're not blocking anyone's view, anything like that, I think it's completely fine. The only thing I will say is I've had a few bands talk to me about this subject, and they don't mind people filming at their gigs, but they will post those videos onto YouTube and stuff, and they'll be low quality. They won't sound great. And then people will watch that and go, oh, well, this live performance was a bit shit. Maybe this band aren't that great. When really it was just fairly shit equipment or bad camera angles or whatever.
Facts.
So completely fine for people to use their phones to film at gigs, but just be careful what you do with the footage after the fact.
Hot take on using backing tracks.
Again, I think it's fine. I have a very heavy base in musical theatre as well. I've been doing musical theatre since I was 11. So I've always viewed concerts as more of like a performance and a show rather than just being stuck on playing the instruments live. I've been to some amazing gigs where it's all backing track and just just a vocalist, no instruments being played live, and they've been brilliant. I've been to gigs where everything's played live and they're atrocious. I think it's more just about what kind of stage presence you've got and how. And at the end of the day, if the audience who are watching you and paying for you are happy, no matter what you're doing, then that's what's important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the conclusion of the episode, because this is something we like to do, we like to finish with, after everything we've discussed in the episode, words of wisdom. It can be related to what we've discussed, or it can be something just totally random. So maybe we should go first, give you a bit of time to think. Yasmin, what are your words of wisdom at the end of the episode?
My words of wisdom are that never judge who someone is online, because I think a lot of people might see you edgy and be like, oh, this person's really annoying, they have loads of stuff. But and the people do it with me. I don't think you're annoying. I love you. But
Thank you.
I think it's really easy for people to judge people like us online, when actually we are just normal people, and you are probably one of my favourite interviews that I've done in a really long time.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's nice. Wow, Yasmin can be a nice person.
Now I go back to being a violent bitch. Violent bitch.
No, that's good. I like those words of wisdom. I think you're right. People forget that people are just people, and we're all just struggling together. And I think people forget that actually content creators are one of the crew of people keeping the scene alive in so many ways and spreading the word, because media has changed. So my words of wisdom at the end of it would be, if you have hot takes and they're not bullying other people, share them, because who knows, you could have 300,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your thoughts out there.
Yeah.
Reggie, what's your
Unless your name is Ronnie Radke. No, I'm going to edit that bit out.
Oh God. I'm trying not to speak about it anymore.
I know, right? Yeah.
My closing, what was it? Closing thoughts.
Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom.
Always try and think of someone's intentions before judging them. Let's go with that.
Facts. That is a strong words of wisdom. Okay, well, if you want to give us a follow, we're wewearblackpod@gmail.com for an email, not a follow. Don't try and follow that.
We Wear Black Pod everywhere.
Everywhere.
We're at We Wear Black. We're wewearblackpod@gmail.com. Edgy, where can the people find you? And is there anything you want to push? Anything you want to plug? Anything you're like, please do check out this thing that I did? Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, I am over on TikTok and Instagram and coming back to YouTube, all under the name That One Edgy Kid. I am also on TikTok under the name That Other Edgy Kid, if you are interested in geography and flags.